Hello YouTube, wanted to do another Swiss Army knife video about my latest addition. This is the tortoise firefly ferro rod sticks. So these actually take place of either your tweezers or your toothpick in your knife and allows you to carry a fire starter right there in your knife. So pretty cool, I thought. I'm surprised, actually, in my opinion. I think Swiss Army knife or Victorian actually just offer this almost stock. To me, this is a much more useful tool than the toothpick, which is what I'm going to be replacing. They are kind of costly. I almost contemplated whether I want to buy it, but I just thought it was a very good tool to have, so I ended up buying it. It was 40 bucks for 8 of these tiny sticks. So, but then in comparison, I also ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fairly larger ferro rods, and this was I think 10, 11 bucks. So this was 4 times the cost than this. So obviously there's a little bit of a nice price markup in here, but then again, perhaps it costs more money to make these, but these are actually pretty cool. So essentially I'm going to unbox these right now, and we're going to test one out to see how well it fits. Well, here, let's use my knife. See how well this fits in here. Okay, well, definitely packaged up pretty tightly. Oh my gosh, come on, man. Try not to damage the packaging so I can still store these, but that's not giving me much of an option here. Well, on packaging, so far I'm not impressed, because you're basically kind of having to be forced to cut this open, and there we go. So, and these do come in different color options. You can actually get kind of this ivory color, so it kind of looks like more like a stock one, but I actually kind of wanted the neon green. You do get 2 different sizes, so you can use this on the size down from, I can't remember how many millimeters that is, but for me, I just needed this size. So comparison wise, you can kind of get an idea. Right about the same size, and hopefully it fits. Now keep in mind, if you remember, I actually modified the scales on these. I took popped the scales off, and I was able to actually do a little carving out some of the ridges in there, and I was able to fit about 2 or 3 fishing hooks in each of these knives, just with about maybe 6 feet of fishing line in there. And I think I also got a couple of sewing needles, like a paper clip in there, things that you just might need. So hopefully it fits. So let's see. It is a little tight. All right, there we go. So got a trusty little fire starter in here now, and let's actually test one of these out. Hopefully I don't start a fire here. Actually, I had to go get something better to test it with, because that wasn't working out too well for me. So if we take one of the larger ones, so pretty good spark. And now if we take one of these small ones, so pretty darn good. So for a little tiny little fire starter, it definitely can start a fire. But can it? There we go. So that's actually really impressive for how small it is. So yeah, overall, these are, I think, extremely cool. Expensive, but I think pretty practical in terms of coming in handy. Let's put one in here. So I actually plan on doing this to all mine, because I think that this will be much more beneficial in terms of use We got quite a mess going here. Then these toothpicks, which actually this one I actually ended up putting 2 tweezers in, so I already can see how much I value the toothpick. Let's put it in here. So again, the scale's a little tight because of the modification, and then when I was putting this back together, I put kind of a generous amount of rubber cement just to hold this better, but then also kind of create a little bit of a seal to keep everything inside there as dry as possible. So I think some of that residual rubber cement is probably just making this a little tight. Actually, it's making it very tight in this one. Actually, yeah, this one, I have to go with a small one in this one. I think something might be blocking it a little bit in there, so let's try the shorter one. There we go, good enough. So there you go. So again, I'm really, I don't know, maybe someone out there will disagree with me, but out of all the tools and practical things you could put on there, I mean, I just don't, to this day, I'm still surprised that this is like that they deem this a tool. You know, that on a small knife for real estate is a, you know, commodity, to try to get as much gear and tools in here as possible, that they still stick with this toothpick. But you know, maybe if it was metal, this was metal, then perhaps I think it'd be a very good tool. You know, even put a little hole in there to double as a sewing needle. But this, I mean, this thing's, I don't know. Maybe someone will disagree with me, but I think this is like the biggest waste of a space as possible. So these are gonna go, I don't know if the garbage or whatever, but here we go. So I put this aside. So now you can kind of, all 4 are outfitted with these fireflies. So overall, is it cool? Yes. Do I recommend it? Yes. Is it expensive? Yes. So yeah, something to keep out, take a look at if it's something that interests you guys. But I'm happy with it. Just wish maybe the cost maybe was like $20. I think would be probably more of a fair price, I think, for these. But then again, I don't think there's anything else out there. So supply and demand, I guess. Capitalism wins. All right, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know, and have a good one.